Hello, and welcome to our introduction to whitewater rafting. This video will cover important safety tips to help you make the most of your experience out on the water.
If you do not understand any part of this orientation, please ask your outfitter for help.
When heading out on a rafting trip, it is imperative to wear proper clothing based on the weather and water temperature. Let's start with your feet. It is essential to protect your feet from rocks, glass, or other debris. River booties, sandals with a heel strap, or other river shoes are great, but even an old pair of sneakers will do the trick. Don't wear flip-flops as they can easily fall off, and heavy boots make it really hard to swim. Now that your feet are covered, let's take a look at clothing. In warmer weather, swimsuits or quick-dry shorts and shirts are probably all you'll need. If it's going to be sunny, don't forget your sunscreen. In cooler weather, you should add layers for warmth and insulation. We recommend synthetics like polypropylene and fleece, which dry quickly. If it's raining or windy, put a nylon shell over your base layers to keep your core warm. Whatever you do, do not wear cotton. When cotton gets wet, it holds water, leaving you cold and shivery.
And in colder conditions, you may want to add layers. In addition to a fleece base layer, consider a Farmer John wetsuit and a splash top.
The first thing you need is a life jacket, also known as a PFD or personal flotation device. Pick the appropriate size and adjust the straps for a snug fit. Please, ask your guide for help if needed. If your life jacket is too big or too loose, not only will it not keep you afloat, but it will make pulling you back into the raft difficult. If your life jacket has a pillow on the back, make sure it's on the outside and not tucked in. The pillow will help keep your head above water in the event of a swim. You must have your life jacket on at all times while on the water. If you need to take it off to shed layers, make sure to ask your guide first and buckle it back on as soon as possible. Another important piece of equipment is your helmet. Like life jackets, helmets work best when worn correctly. Each helmet has an adjustable band. Make sure your helmet fits and that the chin strap buckles properly. Your chin strap should be adjusted until you can only fit a few fingers underneath. Make sure to put your helmet on forwards with the adjustable portion of the band on the back of your head. Next is your paddle. There are 3 parts to a paddle: the blade, the shaft, and the T-grip. To properly hold your paddle, put your top hand on the T-grip and your bottom hand halfway down the shaft. Always keep control of your T-grip. If you don't, you could wind up with summer teeth. Some are there and some aren't. Finally, let's learn about the rafts. All rafts have an inflated tube around the perimeter and cross tubes inside. Do not sit on the cross tubes. Instead, sit on the outside tube where you can easily reach your paddle into the water. This is a participation sport. You will need to reach your paddle to the water. When sitting in the raft, tuck the toes of your front foot under the cross tube in front of you. Place your back foot flat on the floor with the heel touching the tube behind you. Do not put your whole foot under the cross tube. If you get knocked out unexpectedly, it can become stuck and injure or break your leg. Occasionally, your guide may tell you to hang on or get down. That means to drop to the inside of the raft. Do not grab the D-rings. You could injure your finger. And of course, make sure to protect that T-grip.
For safety's sake, it's important to know the potential hazards. One major hazard is undercut rocks. An undercut rock is a rock that water flows into and underneath of. If you were to swim into an undercut rock, it could force you under and hold you down. It's important to swim away from all rocks in the river. Another common hazard are trees, rocks, or other debris laying in or on the water, which we call strainers. Much like the strainer in your kitchen, water flows through while other objects such as boats or paddlers do not. Swim aggressively away from any strainers. A hydraulic is a river feature that is formed when water pours over a rock or other object. The water goes deep towards the riverbed before reversing back towards the object, causing a recirculating flow. Large hydraulics can stop and even flip a raft, but the danger doesn't end there. If you find yourself stuck in a hydraulic, it's important to find water moving downstream. If you can't swim out the side of the hydraulic, curl into a ball. With luck, you'll be driven deep into the current below the hydraulic and pop up safely downstream. If you're paddling in cold water, be aware of the risk of hypothermia. Hypothermia is a medical emergency that occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce it. Hypothermia can happen even during the summer months, so be prepared and dress for a swim.
Conversely, heat exhaustion can also occur while on the river. Remember to stay hydrated. Drink lots of water to avoid heat exhaustion and cramps.
Water battles can be fun on a warm day. Just remember to always keep control of your paddle and T-grip. Also, remember you don't know how deep the river is at any point, so don't pull or push someone out of the raft. Walking on shore can be more dangerous than paddling. Always watch where you put your feet. Loose and slippery rocks, unexpected reptiles, and poisonous plants are often overlooked, so go slow and use caution. This is a team sport. The most efficient way to paddle a raft is to paddle as a team with everyone in unison. Try not to bang paddles with the people in front of or behind you.
For forward strokes, keeping your paddle vertical and timing your strokes with the person in front of you is key. Do not paddle using only your arms and shoulders. Instead, use your back and torso to rock your body forward and back, thrusting the raft forward with your lower body. This technique maximizes power and will not wear out your arms and shoulders. To back paddle, pry the paddle off your hip while rotating your upper body, using your hip as the fulcrum on the lever created by your paddle. Your guide will give you a set of commands to help navigate the river. Although every guide has their own terminology, the concept is the same and will sound something like this. All forward, everyone paddles forward in unison. All back, everyone paddles backward in unison. Left back, the left side of the raft back paddles while the right side paddles forward. Right back, the right side of the raft paddles backward while the left side paddles forward. Stop. Everyone stops paddling. If everyone paddles together and listens to the guide, you'll have a great day on the river. Swimming is part of the sport. During any whitewater trip, there's always a chance someone will fall out of the boat and end up swimming involuntarily in the water. If this happens to you, the most important thing you can do is stay calm. Don't panic, lie on your back, get your feet up, and locate your raft immediately. Generally, when somebody falls out, they pop up right next to the raft. If this is the case, grab the raft quickly and climb back in. But that doesn't always work out. If your raft gets away from you, stay calm and pay attention. Whatever you do, do not stand up or drag your feet in the river. If you attempt to stand up, your feet can become lodged between rocks or other objects on the riverbed. This is called foot entrapment. The force of the water can quickly overpower you and cause injury or even death. Luckily, it's easy to avoid. Lie flat on the surface of the water, keep your feet up and on top of the water.
Floating on your back with your feet up is known as a defensive position. This will get you through most rapids, but it's almost always better to be aggressive and participate in your own rescue. Stay calm, look around, find your raft, and swim to it. Your feet are still up and you can get back to your raft faster. Falling out in the middle of a rapid can be disorienting. If it happens to you, open your eyes, close your mouth, and time your breathing to make certain you get air and not water as you breathe. Choking on water will only make your swim worse. So if you see fish, don't breathe. Look for your guide. They may be giving you signals on where to swim. If you're headed towards a rock or obstacle, they will point you away from it. So go where your guide points you. If you can't make it back to your raft, any nearby raft will do. If a swimmer is close to your boat, you can extend your T-grip out to them or grab their T-grip and pull them towards the raft. Do not use the paddle blade as a rescue tool. In some circumstances, a guide may throw you a rope. Make sure to grab the rope and not the bag. Once you have hold of the rope, the guide will pull you in. Roll over on your back while getting pulled in to avoid getting a mouthful of water. Do not wrap the rope around you in any way. It's easy to become tangled in the rope. You want to be able to let go if needed. If you find yourself under the raft, don't panic. Reach up with your hands and walk yourself out from underneath the raft. When pulling a swimmer back into the raft, always grab them by the life jacket shoulder straps. Do not pull them in with their arms or wrists. It's an easy way to dislocate their shoulder. So you're paddling through a rapid, and all of a sudden you hit a hydraulic. The entire raft flips and throws everyone in the water. What do? If this happens to you, try to stay near the raft. Grab on and listen to your guide. When the guide climbs back on, you'll have to let go so they can flip it back over. Stay close and be ready to get back in. When a raft is sideways in the hydraulic or up against a rock, the water often pushes the upstream tube down, causing the raft to flip. To prevent that flip, your guide may instruct you to perform a maneuver called a high side. A high side is when everyone in the raft moves to one side to unweight the opposite side. The high side is usually the downstream side of the raft. When everyone moves to the high side, it takes the weight off the low side and can help prevent a flip. Listen to your guide and move quickly so you don't get stuck on the low side. Thanks for watching this introduction to whitewater rafting. If you have any questions, please speak with your outfitter.
Have fun and be safe out on the water.